Are you afraid to share your writing? Are you afraid that when you write something, people won't want to read it? I want to encourage you today. I want to talk to you about overcoming fear. Hi, and welcome to my channel. I am Aisha, and my mission is to mobilize you, the Christian writer, so that you can share your unique voice with the world. I will be bringing you writing tips and godly encouragement. Before we get started, I just want to say that I am not a therapist. I just share my experience so that I can encourage other writers who may have experienced the same things that I have. I do want to let you know that if you feel like there are some obstacles that you can't identify that are stopping you from writing, I have a free Confident Writers checklist in the description box. If you're interested in that, it is free to you. So let's talk about how we can overcome our fear of writing. I encourage you to ask yourself, what am I really afraid of? I want to help you get to the root of writing. So first, let me just share my experience on why I had a fear for writing for a little while. First, let me say, I feel that I am a very lovable person. Everything that I do from my heart. And not everyone is going to see that. And now I truly understand that, and I am okay with that. I've learned that even though my writing comes from my heart, even though I write it because I want others to enjoy it, not everyone is going to enjoy it. And it doesn't feel good when not everyone enjoys my writing, but I had to realize too, there are people out there who do enjoy my writing. And when I stopped writing because of a few bad reviews, that was not wise on my part. It didn't help anyone. I had stopped answering my call from God because a few people didn't like my writing. So yes, I did stop for a while, but in that time I was able to rebuild myself, and I learned that I have to keep going no matter what. I know that God has called me to write, so I had to learn to get over that fear so that I could start writing again. I had to learn to acknowledge my fear, and I had to learn that fear can be valid at times, but when it stops us from moving forward, when it stops us from reaching our goals, when it stops us from going for our dreams, it is a problem. Being afraid of what people might say or what people will say and what people do say is problematic. I had to learn to acknowledge my fear and pray over it. I had to give it to God. I started going to the Bible and finding out, what does the Bible say about fear? And of course, whenever I read it, it says, do not fear. God says, do not fear. So I had to learn what He says when it comes to fear. So again, when I'm acknowledging fear, I can't go by what someone else may say. I have to go by what God says. And I know that He has given us this precious gift. He wants us to share our written voice with the world. And we're all unique, so we can all add to the world through our written voice. So I encourage you to use your precious gift and start writing. I always encourage writers to have a journal, to keep a journal. If you keep a journal, you can write things to yourself that no one else has to see. And when you get into that habit of writing those things, you're starting a habit of writing. That journal can be a launch point for you to start writing other things. Maybe you can create a character who needs to learn to love themselves before they can love other people. When you start a journal, you are giving yourself that permission to write, to release those words that are in your mind and that will help you move forward in your writing journey. And sometimes facing your fears means just do it anyway. Be you authentically. Only you can be you. So your unique voice, your unique writing voice can only come from you. When I'm facing my fears, I have to remember who I am doing this for. Of course, God has called me to this, so I am going to keep moving forward in His name. I am going to keep moving forward for those people who have expressed that they are enjoying what I write. Those are the people that God has placed me here to reach. So don't allow fear to stop you from moving forward. There is someone who is waiting for your voice. So here are some words of advice. Pray, read your Bible. I know that that's advice that never fails. Talk to God about what's stopping you. Yes, I know that He already knows, but when you confess it to Him, you are building that relationship with Him so that He can keep guiding you in the way that you should go with your writing. Journal about it. I love having a journal. It just allows me to settle my mind. It allows me to get to a point where I can settle down enough to listen for God to guide me. That's why when I wrote my devotionals, I made them journals, because writing allows us that time to stop and focus on God. And remember, we can defeat fear with God in action. We just have to get started and He will guide us as we go. I hope that there was something in this video that was helpful for you. If it was, please just drop a heart in the comments or let me know what was helpful for you. I hope that you will like the video. I hope that you will consider subscribing. Please let me know what I can help you with in the future. I look forward to talking with you very soon.